Yo, what's up, Mr. Brain, Zoltan, Hosai? Who else is here? J3, Catvinity, Tom J. Welcome to the broadcasts. Player 425618. Stanislaw is here. Dishwasher is here. So many people. SV is here. Wow. Mr. Haircut. Nima is here. Uncle Ungie. Ungie? Or maybe it's Uncloongie. What's up, Uncloogie? Cloongie? Uncloongie. No row CTM Masters win. What's up, Magic Chase? Tim? Yeah, I'm not concerned about the score. I just needed to resolve the prediction. You want a no-row CTM Masters? Yeah, it's about time we do a stupid Tetris monthly again, and no-row can be part of that. Or we could just do mini tournaments, you know? I kind of like that idea. Which of these brackets have already happened? In DAS Masters, none of them. This is the first one of the month. In regular Masters, we had it last night. Oh my God, I can't even keep track. But it was last night, and it was it blue? I think it was blue. Stanislaw was gifted a tier 1 sub to the real golden one. Thank you, Stanislaw. Appreciate that. I suppose we have to start. Oh man, only 59 watching on Twitch. Might have to cancel the tournament, guys. Good evening, citizens of Tetris. It is your old pal, Van Dweller, and it is August. And that means it's a brand new month, and a brand new month of DAS Masters. The Masters of DAS. Last month, we did our first ever Classic Tetris Monthly DAS Masters. And since it is monthly and it's a new month, I guess there's another one. So let us go ahead and take a look. What is it we have? Is it green? I think it's green. Yeah, there it is, green. So tonight we've got NGC Man 25. ALEXT, your reigning overall CTM winner. Trying to double up here in DAS Masters. That's our first match, NGC Man and ALEXT. And our next match is going to be TRISTOP versus Knight. So pretty interesting bracket here in DAS. You know, if this were not DAS, I would have an idea of how this is going to go, right? Just imagine. Put yourself in an alternative universe where this is a bracket in Masters. I feel like I know how it's going to go, you know? This one, I have no idea. So all these matchups last month, this month, they're all super interesting. And I can't wait to see what happens. But first, let us take a look at our rules. Yes, our rules. This is a 16-player single elimination tournament based on the 1989 version of Tetris, released by Nintendo for the Nintendo Entertainment System. On NTSC consoles, players can play on emulator or console, so long as the mechanics, appearance, and statistics of the game are unmodified, except in the ways we want you to modify them. Players can use any controller so long as there's no big buttons or turbo functions used, whether mechanical, electronical, or biological. Players should not receive any real-time advice. That means nobody, on Discord, on your headphones, or in the room telling you about your board state, your opponent's board state, whether they topped out, you topped out. Advice, none of that. There's one mind per game. Do not pause unless the commentator tells you. And I am the commentator, so unless I tell you, do not pause. Level 18 starts all the way through DAS Masters. We will be using the same piece sets re-rolled in between each game. And players must use the Hertz and input display that are built in to the Tetris Gym tournament hack or whatever. Please heed the spirit of DAS. This means actually play DAS. This is not a DAS mimicking tournament where you can slow tap the entire time and call it DAS. Oh, I tapped within the limits of DAS. No, you are actually playing DAS. You don't know what the spirit of DAS is? Go find out where I posted it in Discord in some obscure place. This is best of 5 throughout this entire tournament, and the winner gets absolutely something. And that is a share in a prize pool, which currently stands at $9.63. Now, I have it listed here that contributions will be frozen once 500 is reached. No, that is from last month. This month, we're going to cap it at $750, a $750. Once we reach that milestone, we will freeze the contributions. So if you want to help us get to $750, you can do that. And how do you do that? Well, here on Twitch, use the Matcherino command to contribute. That means you use that command. Various links will come up. One of them is for DAS Masters. Click on that link. It'll take you to the landing page for the thing. It's a one-click login. That means you just click a button. It says, do you want to sign in with Twitch? Do you want to sign in with Google? Do you want to sign in with battle.net? You can sign in with a whole bunch of accounts. And then once you do that, you will have various options to contribute, both free and paid. Here are the free ways. We have sponsor quests. There are sponsors for Matcherino that want you to follow a thing or like a thing or reshare a thing or whatever. And you do that, and it kicks in a small amount to the prize pool. The other thing is contribution codes. Those are 100% free. You don't have to do anything except click on a button. That's it. And the button doesn't annoy your friends on social media. It doesn't do anything. It's just their way of testing us to see if we can get 50 people to go to a website and click on a button, which we always can, and we would like to take care of that this stream if we can. So at the very least, go to the page, one-click login, click contribution code, and do that. And each time it is clicked, it will contribute a small amount to the prize pool. And there are paid ways to contribute to the prize pool, and those paid ways are just what it sounds like. You have some money, you want to support the players, and you contribute it through, I guess, PayPal or whatever. I don't remember. But it's easy. So if you want to support Classic Tetris Monthly in general, and specifically the DAS tournament, if you want there to be DAS tournaments, you got to contribute to the prize pool. We're capping it at $750. We're not asking a ton. I know it is a goodly amount, but if everybody watching right now kicked in $10, we'd be pretty much there. So or even if we add YouTube and Twitch, everybody kicked in $5, we'd be pretty much there. So please consider contributing to the prize pool. Also want to thank our patrons. I guess we're going in reverse order again. I want to thank our Sticker Club and Double Sticker Club level members. You should see these stickers. They're great. The ones going out for June and July. August ones will be going out toward the end of the month. Also, thanks to our community level. I want to thank by name our Masters level contributors, Corporal 381 and Shall Be Satisfied. Bracket sponsor level, Cat Kit 91 and Jay in the Window and Takaniris. And most of all, I want to thank our Mega Masters level supporters, Scott Gray 76 and K9 watching Tetris. ALEXT, you do not have to have DAS mode on, but you do have to heed the spirit of DAS. You can put it on if you want to, but you do not have to put it on. You can, but you do not have to. That just means, though, 1 and 2 taps, like, you know, one and 2 taps, you can, no, 1 tap, whatever, but 2 taps, you can do at any speed, but beyond that, you really should not be going faster than DAS mode if you do have to do an emergency tap. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. You're too afraid to do slow taps. Good. I want you to be afraid. I want you to be afraid. But anyway, that is what we've got going on today. Let me check and see. Oh, yeah. And if you want to contribute, you can and support us. If you want to provide us that ongoing, regular, monthly, reliable income that gives us a signal that, yes, it is safe for you, monthly Tetris, to make plans into the future because, you know, you've got resources coming in. That's what Patreon is good for, right? Yeah, you can plan. You can think about the future. You don't just have to live hand to mouth, but you can say, all right, yeah, you know, regular income is coming in. So don't worry. That is what patreon.com is for. And there are various reward tiers over there, including some physical gifts as well. So head on over to patreon.com/monthly Tetris, blah, 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 blah. Let me go fix our cameras. Contribute to the prize pool or no more CTM. Contribute to the prize pool and to the Patreon or no more CTM. All right. Let me fix our camera here for this young man. And we are just about ready to start. I gotta admit, I still get jazzed up when I hear this music, you know? It never gets old to me. Ever. I don't know about the rest of y'all. If it does get old to you, you know, you're a sorry person. But for me, it never gets old. All right, thanks for redeeming codes. It's the least you can do. Really appreciate that. Don't ever swap this one out. Hell, no chance. What did I think of the slides? They're good slides. I just gotta get them in, you know. I'll get them in there. Listen to songs hundreds of times. Yeah, I kind of do. All right, players, I'm going to go ahead and give you some pieces so we can get started. The pieces are going to be 64969B, 6496, 9 Bravo. So players, make sure that your Hertz display is on, that your input display is on. If you want to have DAS mode on, you can. It shouldn't affect your 2 taps. It shouldn't affect your quick taps. But you're welcome to have it on, but you do not have to have it on. ALEXT is very kind and has his level 39 super kill screen turned on. ALEXT says, I'm about to make this the worst DAS match in Masters. I'm horrible with skill stop. I mean, you know, you can be pretty sloppy with skill stop and just get wall charges every time. Is the super kill screen on Dasters? You don't need it. Maybe if you're a Pixel Andy, you need it. Hold on, let me put the seed checker on and let's check. 64969B, 64969B. All right, both players are ready. NGC Man and ALEXT, our number 2 and number 15 seeds here in the green bracket, are getting started. Boy, ALEXT, his pipe is hyped. Let's get it counted down in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. And both players backwards today. Oh boy, we've got some stencil fixing to do on one of our sides. It's not their fault. I think it's my fault. All right, that should help. A little. A little it helps. Oh, maybe it's not 100% my fault. That'll have to do. All right, we are underway. NGC man and ALEXT, everybody knows as perennial now. I guess it's perennial CTM Masters event winner, the reigning Classic Tetris World Championship world champion for 2024, former CTM Mega Masters winner, and what overall six? I want to say 6 CTM Masters plus Mega Masters championships. What else am I forgetting? Oh yeah, the overall score world record holder for any play style with 16.7 million, coming in here with a PB of 1.15 million. That he got his DAS PB, or what he claims is his DAS PB, in qualifying for this very tournament. And then you got NGC man, one of the best DAS players in the world, has won. There was an event called CT DAS, right? And they were running these test tournaments, and then they did kind of a real tournament, and he won all the tournaments. He won. He won the test tournaments. He won the real tournament. And he had a pretty epic historical match against Pixelandi in that CT DAS real tournament back in 2022, I think it was, right? That seemed like a million years ago. 199 ALEXT, 217 for NGC man. ALEXT said he does not like skill stopping, which is kind of a fundamental aspect of DAS play. Skill stopping just means holding the D-pad only so far as is needed to get the piece there, and then stopping without, fumphering around back and forth or anything like that. And that allows you to sort of maintain your DAS charge. He said he does not like to do that. He's not good at it. 230 for ALEXT, 287 for NGC man. So we'll see how he does. Now, you can be pretty sloppy with your skill stops and still get a wall charge after, like, most pieces dropping. So we'll see how he does. Right now, it's NGC man in the lead. Players are supposed to be playing the DAS playstyle, which means pressing and holding the D-pad as opposed to rapidly, jitter clicking or rolling or tapping or whatever the directional pad to move pieces left and right. It's the sort of traditional way, the way that was almost certainly intended by the developers that the game be played. And that, of course, the first 8 CTWCs were won by DAS players. 319 here for ALEXT, 350 for NGC man. Are slow taps completely banned? No, slow taps are not completely banned. But they should really just be for kind of emergency situations, get out a little things here. But you should be trying to reestablish your DAS charge pretty much as quickly as possible. Every DAS player slow taps here and there. And by slow tapping, we mean, sub 10 hertz tapping. But I think it is of the essence of the DAS play style that you sometimes lose DAS and you have to regain it by getting a wall charge, rather than saying, well, I can just avoid the problem of losing DAS by just slow tapping the entire time. That is not really what we are after. Yeah, it should be an emergency thing, not lasting too long. 439 ALEXT, 493 for NGC Man, just about 10 lines away from the level 19 transition, where the speed will increase by 50%. ALEXT does not go for the Vits, instead decides to get Tetris ready. Can you imagine? Alex with the Tetris, 486, just 5 lines away from the 19 transition. Alex is ready. He's standing up. He's in the room. Now, this would be quite a feat if Alex can make his way into the finals and win this entire tournament. To win both DAS Masters and regular Masters and CTWC all at the same time, uniting the belts. But he's going to have a tough road to hoe here. NGC Man, one of the best in the world. 570 here for NGC on 19. 558 for ALEXT. It's a good pace. All right, the red fireball technique being explained in the chat. That's very advanced. Tetris here for NGC Man, 676, 20 for Alex. So about a 56,000 point lead for NGC Man. And this is about what he's had pretty much the entire game. So Alex has been keeping pace with NGC for the last, like 100 lines. There's a Tetris NGC 716. Boxy says, these players aren't true DAS players. They don't use this technique. Well, NGC Man certainly would use that technique. I don't know that it would make sense for Alex to use it, or if he's even thought about it. I mean, people do use it. I mean, I've used it. It's not like it's totally arcane. $709 ALEXT, 815 for NGC Man. You can read it. There's video explanation about it on YouTube. 742 for ALEXT. NGC has kind of extended a lead a little bit here. He's got about a 75,000 point lead. And he's stacking safe. Now, of course, the limitations of DAS. You can't get pieces as far to the left as high or the right. So you got to keep your stack comparatively lower. You got to take safe burns. If you've been a fan of Tetris pretty much only during the rolling era, it's going to look like this stacking is insanely and maybe boringly safe. But I can tell you that even just being above where the next box is, about 8 to 10 rows up, is something that you do have to concern yourself with. 941 NGC Man, 859 for ALEXT. Yeah, it's kind of equivalent to rolling 29 stacking, maybe. That's a good point there, Barrett. All right, NGC Man is the first one into 29, and he's got a max out. ALEXT's going to get a Tetris into 29 as well with a 935, but nowhere near being able to chase down NGC Man, and really no post 29 playability with DAS whatsoever. So double 29s, almost a combined 2 million. That is an excellent, excellent game number one to get us underway. And my stupid thing here doesn't work, so I'll have to do it by hand. Alex says, I'm so happy right now. A 935 in competition. I don't know. He's only got 4 maxes, he says, as a DAS player. So that's a very, very good score. Let's get these players some new pieces. 0ED365. 0ED365. Yeah, Alex not, incredibly or extensively experienced with this play style, but understands the rudiments of it and knows stacking. So You know, he can figure things out. He's muddling through. He's figuring it out. 0ED365. 0ED365. Both players ready here in game number 2. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Yeah, NGC, man, very accomplished in the few online organized DAS competitions that there have been. Again, there was something called CT DAS, which, you know, had tournaments back in 2021 through 2023. NGC, man, won a bunch of them. Semi-finaled in another. So we'll see. I mean, it is with players like NGC, man, in mind that I devised this monthly tournament. Players like him and Sharky and Matt Martin and Jeff, although Jeff did not put in a qualifier this time. But to have a venue for playing this still beloved and widely used playstyle, just didn't have a regular monthly tournament, and I really wanted a venue for these players to show off and to just have an opportunity to be able to play against some of these, you know, roller players and be on even footing. So, I mean, you know, how exciting is it to see ALEXT in a match where he is not an overwhelming favorite, right? Like, this is a good match. There was a similar monthly DAS tournament way back in the day. I don't even... How many did it... Like, how long did it last? Like, I don't really know much about it, to be honest. But it's just my feeling that things kind of start. People get excited, and then they're propelled by the initial enthusiasm. But then when it comes to like sustaining it over a period of time, people, oh, I got too much to do, or we didn't get enough people. And so what we really need is someone to just kind of stick with it and give it a chance. 234 ALEXT, 234 NGC, man. 5 months. I mean, it is the intention, if this works out, to continue. Now, maybe I'll run into the same issues that caused the other tournament to stop going, but so far so good. The response has been good. People enjoy watching the players. Oh no, ALEXT is fake rolling here. He's gonna get a yellow card. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I've promised to do them through September on a trial basis, so 3 months on a trial basis, and we'll see how it goes. Oh, ALEXT is fake rolling, guys. Yeah, I want to find out firsthand, you know, whether this kind of thing can be sustained, mostly because it's what I want to see. You know, I like it. Right now, ALEXT 353, NGC, man, 261. So a big lead here through about 75 lines for ALEXT. NGC, man, having to bring this down. Stack is a little concerning. A pretty high. Yeah, NGC, man. Okay, gets a long bar over and another one. And you can see the relief washing over the face of NGC, man, right now. So 335 for NGC, 407. He gets a Tetris. And ALEXT pacing right now. 430 through 95 on DAS. It's pretty good. Someone says, is tapping completely dead now? Yeah, I mean, there are people who are still tapping and they're having, you know, they're doing okay. They're certainly not holding their own in like open tournament formats, I would say. I mean, Dylan got into CTWC and, you know, made a run this year. But for all intents and purposes, it's kind of a dead play style, because why tap if you can roll? And, you know, again, there's still going to be a few who don't want to roll, but if you can do it at all, then do it. I have no desire whatsoever to see that playstyle return, or even to have like a tapping only tournament. I feel like that playstyle is probably the most prone to repetitive stress injuries and things like that. So I don't really have any desire to see it come back personally. So I will not be doing a tap masters. Someone else can do that if they really want to do it, but 446 transition for NGC, man. ALEXT 534, 4 lines away. Tetris for NGC, man, 472. That's not to say that rolling cannot, you know, cause or you know, have something to do with injuries, but I think it feels like it's just much less of a strain. It's more akin to typing or playing the piano, which certainly, you know, you can get stress injuries, but I don't know. I think there's something about tapping, which is just so, you're tightening your whole arm, you know, and it just seems, it's very intense. 529 here for NGC, 591 for ALEXT. So about 70,000 points behind NGC, man. ALEXT, a little bit of a slowdown here. And NGC, man, trying to get Tetris ready and make something of this slowdown. But ALEXT, no, he's going to be the first one to Tetris. And he's going to, well, let's see. He's about 5 lines ahead and about 43,000 ahead. So still maintaining this. ALEXT getting up a little high here, but has a good open right side where lots of pieces can float down there. You know, double wide well, extending into a triple wide well, and he can get pieces over there. ALEXT said he's scared to slow tap. He doesn't want to break the rules. He respects the rules, which is nice. But certainly, you know, little emergency taps here and there, they happen. 750 ALEXT, 687 NGC, man. There's a Tetris for NGC. Oh, and he's gonna Vits. Look at NGC, man, with the Vits, and it's gonna pay off in a Tetris. Yeah, I mean, just stop the tournament right now. NGC with the Vits has won it immediately. There's a Tetris NGC, 781. So important to get any bit of efficiency you can, because we are running out of time. Just 27 lines to go for NGC, man, until level 29. And so he's going to have to go, because he is back by, he's ahead by 7 lines and back by about 5,000 points. Alex in a bit of a slowdown here, and NGC, man, is now in the lead in score, but again, ahead in lines by between 7 and 10 or so. Another Tetris for NGC, man, 915. And he's been very efficient. Oh, and look at that, able to use those J pieces that were raining down. Build out for a Tetris, and he gets a Tetris 951. So I think this is now a real pace lead at this point for NGC, man. And Alex just cannot seem to get out of this situation. And now he's going to have to score some points. He's got 11 lines to go. He's now into level 28. NGC, man, has been pretty much perfect for the last 20 lines, and he's got an A57, and I don't think Alex is going to be able to do anything, and no, he is not. What a run for NGC, man. Was back by like 70,000 points the entire time, and it looked like Alex was going to run away from it. Alex gets another 950, a combined 2 million, double 29 score, and Alex is thrilled. Alex only has 4 max outs, and he's gotten back-to-back 900 plus here in competition, so he is happy. He's thrilled with how it went. He lost the game, NGC man, obviously thrilled. What a performance. Honestly, that was one of the most, it seems very low key, but what NGC man did there was so impressive. He was back by 70,000 points with less than 30 lines to go, and he went pretty much perfect and ended up, both players got to 29, and NGC man ended up with over 100,000 point lead. Very, very impressive for NGC man. Wow. All right, let's get these players some new pieces. Six D 7C FE 6 Delta 7 Charlie Foxtrot Echo. So back-to-back max outs for NGC man, he's thrilled. Back-to-back 900 plus for ALEXT, and he is thrilled. I think Alex is just happy to be here. You know, his qualifier was like a 1.1 and then like a kind of a low 900K. So he just barely snuck into the 15th seed. So holding his own. All right, both players are ready. NGC man looking to wrap it up right now. ALEXT gotta win one. Let's count it down and get him started in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. We have got how much in the prize pool right now? Let me go take a look, see how you guys are doing. Looks like $20. And how many codes do we have left? So you're gonna get me harping on you for codes. There's 27 codes left. There's 139 people watching right now, and 20 something codes left. Go to this link. Go to this link, whether you're on YouTube or Twitch. Log in. It's a one-click login with various accounts. You can use a lot of different accounts. ALEXT with the Vits. 114 for him, 116 for NGC, man. And go ahead, log in, and use the contribution codes. While you're there, consider contributing to the prize pool, just like Uncle Ungie has. And definitely click the code, just like Real Bland, Geoslaffa, Tetris Jazz, Ava's Live, Ryan Bolt Family, Real Bland, Ramble On Ian, Tom J, Huckaxe, Hunter. You've all clicked the code. I mean, we at least got to get these codes done. That costs you nothing. NGC Man 187, Tetris for ALEXT 190. We're trying to get to 750 is our goal. So if everybody watching on Twitch contributed $5 to the prize pool, we would be at our goal. $5 for 5 big brackets of DAS action here in 2024. I think that's a bargain. That's like if you are going to watch all 5 times 2, that's 10 hours. That's 50 cents an hour. It seems like you could, it seems like it's worth it. 281 NGC man, 283 for ALEXT. Thanks for redeeming the codes. We got 17 left, guys. Elias, French fries, Pines Cutely, Haunted, Warm Bread. Another Vits here for NGC Man 304. Here's a Tetris for ALEXT. There's one for NGC Man. So we are basically tied. It's separated by about 1,000 points and in the same line count. or 2 long bars in a row for ALEXT. You can only use one of them for a Tetris, which is typical on DAS. If you're stacked like 2 Tetrises high in a DAS game, it's pretty high. It should not happen that often. Tetris ALEXT. No, not going to set up for another Vitz. He's too high on the board to do that, and his left side is a mess. I just see Vitz everywhere. I'm when I'm practicing offline, I'm just trying to spam as many Vitz as possible, so that I don't know, that I just become aware of them and use them, and they're very often helpful. But it's also easy to kind of do them when they're not ideal. ALEXT setting up the JD spin and gets it. 468 ALEXT, 467 for NGC, man. That's another spin that I do anytime I have the opportunity, even if it's less than ideal. Like, I just like doing the JD version of the T-spin rather than the normal T-spin. Was that JD spin from ALEXT even good? Yeah, I'm not sure. But if I can do it, I pretty much do it every time, even if it's suboptimal. It's actually easier to execute. But it may give you a leave that is worse, depending on how your board is configured. Still a virtual dead heat between these two players, just a couple, 1,000 points apart, a line or two apart. Oh, ALEXT with that Z piece, the red Z. He's going to have to build around that. We'll see how he approaches this. Just 8 lines away from the 19 transition. He was kind of pacing. $33 contribution from Occupy Starbucks. Thank you so much for the $33 contribution from Occupy Starbucks. That brings us up to $57.01. A 620 transition for NGC, man. There's a Tetris for ALEXT. He's got a 600K transition as well. So 2 big transitions. And if Alex hadn't misdropped that Z earlier, he might be in the lead. Tetris for NGC, man. 671 on 20. There's one. ALEXT leaving a very flat board. All right, we're redeeming codes. We have 14 codes left. DJ, Mr. Burrow, Chen, Lone Wolf, you all did it. Thank you very much. Even Scott Gray redeemed the claim code in Masters last night. Now, if Scott Gray can do it, anyone can do it, because, Scott has every excuse not to do it. He's like, practically support this entire prize pool. I shouldn't have to go and and claim a 25-cent code, and yet he did it. See, he's leading by example. 721 for NGC, man. 734 for ALEXT. He's in the lead. NGC going to take it back with a Tetris. And yeah, ALEXT actually with a slight pace lead if you account for the lines, but not by much, less than a Tetris. Tetris for NGC, man. He's got a Spire that he's working around, but he's making it work here. Nice J to the left, I mean. Oh, Alex's board is a mess, and I don't know what he's going to be able to do. The answer is probably not very much. And he's trying to quick tap things over there, and it's just not going to happen. ALEXT is going to top out, and NGC, man, is good in game number 3. What a performance by ALEXT, not practicing DAS all that often at all. Just going with stacking knowledge, guts, and guile. And gave us a really good performance. 2 900 pluses, a 746, level 29 kill screen matches. Did push NGC, man, the entire way So a really, really good showing for ALEXT. And who knows? Maybe if he keeps up with this DAS, he could be one of the best. But for now, it's NGC Man who's going to be moving on. We'll go ahead and set up our next match in a moment. And wow, we set up a multi. NGC Man wins 3-0, I guess, was the outcome. I don't know. This is crazy. These predictions. I kind of prefer the just which one, but that's all right. I don't really ultimately care. You can set up whatever you want. All right, we're gonna switch. NGC Man, you stick around. We're gonna go ahead and set up our next match. ALEXT, you can do whatever you want. You are dismissed. All right, folks, it is time to begin our next match. I think we've got a little tiny bit of stencil fixing to do. It's not the players, it's my scene. So let me just fix that. That's probably on me. And let's see, that one's probably me as well. Yeah, that one's on me as well. Okay. All right, things are a little slower because for some reason my stream deck is just all messed up. All right, I am just about ready. If you're ready, I think we are. We got TRISTOP and Knight, aka Alice, aka well, Knight. Really, I mean, I like this dark night theme that's happening in the Knight's room there. I'm kind of into it. TRISTOP with the boring flat, you know, whatever, boring cam. Knight with a kind of exciting blue cam. I'm into it. So players, when you're ready, I'll give you pieces. You seem like you're just about, well, let me keep playing actually. Don't stop playing. Play one more game. Because because the stencils are... One stencil is really a mess. I'll fix it, but I'm just, you know how I am, right? All right. You know how Vandy gets. No, you don't need the main light. You're fine. You're totally fine. I'm into it. All right. Well, let's go ahead and give these players some pieces. The pieces are going to be 3E89AC, 3 Echo 89 Alpha Charlie. Do I just practice to get comfortable with high heights on 19? I mean, yes and no. I mean, you shouldn't be living up there. But, you know, if you have good DAS control, you can, you can survive the occasional, trip up that high, but you should not be living up there. All right. The pieces are here. The pieces have been delivered. TRISTOP, getting that nose clear. Good job. (3E89AC), 3E89AC. Both players have the pieces, and when they're ready, we can start. All right, both players are ready. It's going to be TRISTOP and Alice, a.k.a. Knight. One from America, one from Canada. This is our second match in our green bracket of our Classic Tetris Monthly DAS Masters event for August 2024. Let's go 3, 2, 1, Tetris. That's right, TRISTOP from the United States of America. Knight, the Canadian. Both players with very high DAS PBs. TRISTOP, one of the few players to have a 1.3 million point PB with DAS, and Knight almost there, 1.28. There is a DAS leaderboard that is maintained just for DAS scores, and Knight is number 12 on that list. Now, I don't know that every player has their DAS PB on that list, and I would encourage, if you're going to take part in this competition, to put it on there. I think you can find it in the DAS discussion channel. If it's not in the description, we should put it there, but that's where I go to populate this PB data. All right, 73,000 in the early goings here for TRISTOP. Knight kind of trying to find that first Tetris, and all kinds of gaps here in the stack. Seem to be concentrated more toward the right side. Just trying to bring this all down to get footing here as we start game number 1 of this match. TRISTOP 123, 30,000 here for Knight. And Knight is going to go for it and gets a dirty Tetris as Tetris number 1. Tom J with a $9.40 contribution to the prize pool to get us up to $66.66. Thank you so much to Tom J for the contribution. Much appreciated. Now, someone's saying that there's one listing on the DAS leaderboard that they don't trust, and I gotta be honest, I know that person outside of Tetris for various reasons, and I do find that person trustworthy in other aspects of life, so I'd be very surprised, but I don't know. I don't have direct knowledge. 114 for Knight, 266. That's why I do like that the leaderboards, you know, put any score on there that, you know, is a serious claim with context so that anyone can make their own judgments about what scores they think are valid, not valid, meet the criteria that they value. Oh, okay. I guess the sheet is not sorted properly, so my listings here of their ranking might be off, so I apologize for that. It's okay. You know, we're just kind of getting relaunched here as a DAS community. People starting to take it much more seriously, and there's some kinks to work out, but that's okay. 190 here for Knight, 329 for TRISTOP. It's just the complete lack of video evidence of them playing Tetris. I mean, that person won a community tournament back in the day. So, I mean, we have seen them play Tetris. 217 for Knight, 331 for TRISTOP. Tetris TRISTOP 380, 265 for Knight. Tetris TRISTOP 403. So yeah, I think it's a good thing for the leaderboard to kind of, you know, have proof standards listed, and you can filter out however you want and consider that list, and whatever scores you think are right or not, you can make your own judgment. That's what I like. So TRISTOP trying to figure this out. Just 12 lines to go until the 19 transition where the speed will increase by 50%. So TRISTOP's board really messed up in the middle there. Lots of Swiss cheese holes. I've never seen a cheesier board than that one, to be honest. There's just lots of tight little holes. Just like a piece of Swiss cheese. Knight with a fairly good board. And those gaps are kind of concentrated to the middle of the stack, and they're gonna burn out pretty easy here after the transition into 19 for TRISTOP 432. Knight transition a little bit high here on 19, despite having a kind of a better board going into 19. And TRISTOP is clean and is actually set up for a clean center well Tetris and gets that Tetris, puts a gap over on that left side, but that's okay. Knight now clean, then quick taps that Z to the left and gets a Tetris down the right side and another one. So we are now neck and neck. TRISTOP ahead by less than a Tetris and ahead by a few lines. So we are pretty darn neck and neck. TRISTOP with one of the few 1.3 PBs. Now, I don't know if the list is 100% completely updated, but there are 9 claimed ones. And 5 of them with video proof. That's pretty good. $600 for Knight, $595 for TRISTOP. So Knight in the lead And a Tetris for TRISTOP, 625. This is going to come down to the wire now. It seems like Knight has kind of found her groove after a very slow start. There's a Tetris Knight, 696. It's Joy here with the $5 contribution. Thank you so much, Joy. Appreciate that. I'm sure the players do as well. 727 for Knight, 691 TRISTOP. Going to uncover that right side. We've now got fewer than 30 lines to go until the level 29 DAS kill screen. What is in effect a kill screen? It was traditionally called the kill screen, and of course all the rollers ruined that. But you know, a recent performance here from Pixel Andy, he got the lines record for DAS in our competition last month, although was it technically this month? TRISTOP in trouble, way in trouble, and he's gonna top out, and Knight is good in game number 1. So that was kind of a shocker because Knight did not start out very strong. Really started out with a really rough board and didn't Tetris for the first like 30 something lines, but figured it out, stayed in there, and ended up with a very, very respectable 869 into 28, taking game number 1. GG's. New pieces when you're ready. 6 Echo 6021, 6E 6021. Welcome, by the way, to Everything Is Here 21 YouTube, Clarinet 89, Curdy's second account. Curdy, are you the one that submitted a qualifier but linked to your Twitch dashboard and not the VOD? I think we pinged you about that. Armeno Clemente, welcome. J3, Tiger Pow, Lone Wolf. Queeneman, welcome. Yeah, TRISTOP just happy to be here. He, in the first month of DAS Masters, he did not make it into the top 16, despite being one of the few 1.3 DAS players. But he made it in this month. Who won the first match? It was NGC, man. Vandy, can I move closer to the CRT? Sure, you can do whatever you want. We'll figure it out. Of course, you don't have to ask me. Yeah, let me just figure out the camera situation. Yeah, that's fine. Figure it out. That's fine. Yeah, it was NGC, man. There you go. All right, the pieces are, if anyone, we didn't pin them, 6E6021. That's right. All right, both players are ready. Knight is up 1-0 over TRISTOP. Let's get him started here in game 2 in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. All right, the same exact board. They have the same board. They literally have the same board. They literally have the same Tetris. And let's see where it deviates. All right, so far. Oh, TRISTOP is going to ruin it. He ruined it, but he just at the last moment stood that J piece upright. But up until that J piece, they had the exact same pieces, same board. Well, of course they have the same pieces, but the same pieces placed in the same place. When that happens and it's like synced up so well, I'm like, oh no, did I mess up the scene? Do I have like both like one player's capture in two spots? I always think that. I think you see that more often in DAS matches because I think with higher, speed play styles, you do have more options as to whether to build high, build low, that kind of thing. And where you're so limited with DAS, I mean, you're going to be staying low, and that's going to constrain really the options that you have for piece placement. So I do think you will tend to see that more often in a DAS match, but that's just, I have no evidence for that. It's just what I feel like I feel like I've seen. 165 TRISTOP, 165 Knight. They have the same score. They both get a Tetris, same line, same score. So you could not get any closer. Vandy, do you think we will ever see an in-competition perfect max out? Probably not. I would. It just doesn't make any sense to play that way in a competitive context. I mean, unless someone's doing it and they don't care about winning the tournament and they're willing to make these risky placements for the sake of memes. But you know how many attempts it takes that you have to spam to get that to happen? So I think that combination of factors, I'm not somebody who likes to say something will never ever happen. I think you can make yourself look stupid that way, but I would highly doubt it. 283 TRISTOP. I would not bet. I would need very, good odds to bet on that. Tetris for Knight, 288. 285 TRISTOP. He's going to get a Tetris, 308. There is a Tetris for Knight, 313. 309 TRISTOP. He's going to take a skim. He's got a dirty Tetris there. Now he's going to bring the rest of this stack back down. Knight with a too wide well on the right side, keeping it there, just keeping it safe. Vandy, Hot Tub 2025 calendar will never happen. Well, Zempro, that is saying things like that is a way to look really silly. All right, Tetris for TRISTOP, 406, 385 for Knight. Knight get pretty high up on the board. Lucky to get the burn there, and then had a gap over on that left side, which could have been dangerous, but was able to get a J piece upside down to the left to build out that left. So all is well in Knightland. 418 for Knight, 457 for TRISTOP. No problem, NGC. NGC waiting for the results of this one. There's a Tetris TRISTOP, 503, 448 for Knight. All right, both players zoned in right now. 120 lines each. TRISTOP up by a little less than 80,000 points. Knight setting up kind of an overhang here. Looking for a T. Gets a T. And TRISTOP flirting here with potentially a 600k transition, but needs 2 bars to make it happen. And it's just going to take some safe burns into 19. No need to push the issue. And Knight's going to transition fairly high here on 19, but has a well open and gets a Tetris down there. 533 for Knight. Both players are going to Tetris. 558, Knight 624. TRISTOP. So TRISTOP with the lead, about 70,000 points or so. Another Tetris for TRISTOP, setting up a delayed burn situation there. We're going to burn away those few lines and get Tetris ready. You know, you never see these players looking as serious as they do as when they're playing DAS. You know, a DAS game, so punishing, so unforgiving. You've really only got 230 lines to do what you're going to do, and one mistake can kill the entire run. So, you know, oh, wow, look at TRISTOP getting that J piece to the left, gets a Tetris 737. Now over 100,000 point lead for TRISTOP. Knight has been kind of, you know, fumfering around at the bottom of the stack here, finally able to get a Tetris out of this 633. But meanwhile, TRISTOP able to extend that lead to about 130, 150,000. So TRISTOP pacing a bit here through level 23. Players basically tied in lines. 140,000 point difference, both Tetrising. All right, TRISTOP starting to build here, taking a delayed burn here for a skim, keeping that well open, and tonight's going to top out at 695. We were going through a drought, and you can see TRISTOP going through it too, and no line coming, but TRISTOP is good and will outlast Knight to tie it up here in game number 2. Oop, wrong one here. Yeah, that was a drought for sure. Both players got hit with it. I'm just going to pop the seed in there, but I'm going to need about 60 seconds, so I'll be back in about 60 seconds. All right, I am back. Got that old man bladder. All right, let's check the seeds here. 3-1 CAF6, 3-1 CAF6. Both players are ready. What was once a best of 5 is now a best of 3 in 3, 2, 1 Tetris. This time, their stacks diverging right away. You know, the first couple pieces were the same, but after that, totally different here. It's going to be TRISTOP with the first Tetris. Knight will get one as well. Both players on the board with Tetrises. Of course, nobody can forget TRISTOP's recent run in the Classic Tetris World Championship. What a run it was. Ended up in the top 4. Just really had an amazing electrifying performance, getting through a really tough draw. I mean, really every draw in that CTWC was tough, but toward the end there, round 32, Rhubarb, Cole, Blue Scooty, getting through those players like that, and then the way he did, I mean, you know, losing only a couple of games before he got to that decider with ALEXT. That was a really electrifying run. But now, you know, people say, oh, TRISTOP, you know, what a great rolling player. But, you know, a very accomplished DAS player and looking to cement his DAS legacy here in this tournament. And Knight has been around for a while in the classic Tetris monthly cinematic universe and actually has won a CTM Futures Circuit event. Finished second in a Challengers as well, and top 4 in another Challengers. Did play in CTWC 2021 and 2022, so one online year, one in-person year. And took out, or was taken out by Dan V. Oh my God. In the CTWC 2022. Oh my God. The ultimate indignity. Dan V. 239 here for Knight, 224 for TRISTOP. That's right. Dan V, the Slayer of Legends. All right, Knight trying to figure this one out here. Is still good for a Tetris. There's another Tetris for Knight. 290, 273 for TRISTOP. Same number of lines. And Knight ahead by about a half a Tetris. Tetris is on 18, worth 22,800. On 19, they'll be worth 24,000. All right, Knight setting up a series of tuck setups on that right side and is able to spin a Z piece in and bring it down, get Tetris ready, gets the Tetris 367. So maintaining a lead over TRISTOP, whose board getting a little complicated, but has a Tetris set up and a nice L and a J to bring this board down, and another J to get clean. You love that little clapboard kind of burn there with those J's. I don't know what you call that, but it's very appealing looking. I'm not exactly sure. 402 for TRISTOP, 430. I'm sure it's got a name. Everything's got a name. 438 for Knight, 406 for TRISTOP. Knight gonna Tetris. Oh, nice adjustment here for TRISTOP. Tetris Knight, 483. Another Tetris TRISTOP, 475. He's ahead by 6 lines and back by about 8,000 points now. And so TRISTOP just looking to take a good board into 19. So important. You know, early years of classic Tetris, people would try to push their luck. You know, they really wanted to get that last Tetris before level 19 hit, and they would sometimes go all in and mess up their board entirely to get it, when really we could have just been like, yeah, I mean, take it into 19 and, you know, take a single into 19 and then get the Tetris after. Like, there's no, you know, there's no, they don't give you extra points really just for your transition score when you can just basically get the same score much more safely like 3 lines later. You know? So something that players have learned over the years is to be a little more patient. 582 for TRISTOP, 627 for Knight. There's a Tetris Knight, 652. So TRISTOP been kind of burning for a while, a little bit inefficient. Meanwhile, Knight has been adding Tetris after Tetris. And there is another one for Knight, 705 and 587 for TRISTOP. So TRISTOP needs to kind of just start scoring again. And there's a triple and a Tetris for TRISTOP, 624 for him, 734 for Knight. TRISTOP set up again, gets another Tetris, 652. There's a Tetris down the middle for Knight, 763. All right, TRISTOP going to take a triple down the right side to try to bring this down. Going to flip that L over to try to get a better burn out of it. And I think it's going to work here. So just needs to access that left side. What's he going to do here? Okay, he's just going to take the safe triple. Actually set up for another triple. And if this game were called Triple, TRISTOP would be doing amazing right now. But as it stands, he's kind of keeps losing pace here to Knight. Okay, he's going to get set up again here. 686 set up for Tetris and gets it. 718. 838 for Knight. TRISTOP with just 26 lines to go before 29 and is back now by about 150,000 points. There's another Tetris for Knight, who is unrelenting. Another Tetris for TRISTOP. Really hard to say all these T words. Oh, TRISTOP getting these pieces over. This is tough. And he's kind of... Oh, it gets bailed by a bar here. It just needs pieces. Still back by about 150,000 points. Opens up that right side. Knight continuing to just add points and keep this lead. TRISTOP just going aggressive here. Has to gamble. Gets a bar over. And then what can he do? No, cannot get the spin on that J piece and is going to top out at 829. Knight has got the max out on level 27, now into level 28. And it is Mullen time here for Knight as she has taken game number 3. And we'll see if she can go ahead and get a 1.1. And there's the Tetris for the B19. No, a B22. GG's tonight, the 1.1 here in Das Masters. That is a statement game there in game number 3. So Knight will go up 2 games to 1 over TRISTOP. Sky, you should be timed out for that horrible pun. Oh my god. All right. C, new pieces for these players when they're ready. 8B, 178A. And we definitely need to check seeds on this one. Players always mixing up their 8s and Bs and all that. You should be timed out. Oh my word. Sky, we are drumming you out of the community. That's it. We've had enough of these puns. We're going to take a stand. All right, let's check these pieces here. 8B178A. 8B178A. Both players are ready. We're going to get them started. TRISTOP needs to win to stay in. Knight looking to wrap it up right now and advance to round 2. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Tetris TRISTOP 45,000. And Knight 45,000 as we get underway in this game number 4. Sky. You're fine. All right, Tetris here for TRISTOP 93,000. Knight with a funny looking board here, but getting it sorted out. It's going to be a good J for the middle. And has a Tetris well with a double well on top of it. A nice, safe setup. It's hard to go wrong with that. 120 for Knight, 139 TRISTOP. Man, everyone's so locked in, you know, they're all so serious. A little misdrop there for Knight. Still has that Tetris well open, but will now have to go to work. He's got 4 rows of garbage at least on top of that gap. We'll see what Knight chooses to do. Maybe gonna try to get a dirty Tetris out of this. But expending a lot of burns here. Oh, TRISTOP with that T-hang in the middle, has to work around it. Thankfully, had a couple of Tetrises buried and accessible on that right side. The delayed line spin here as well. So TRISTOP was able to recover just because he got those quick long bars to bring the stack down, worked around it, and threw in a line spin just cuz. So thank you, TRISTOP. GG's to you on that. 267 TRISTOP, 225 for Knight. There's a lot of stuff going on TRISTOP. He's got the Tetrises, the line spin delayed thing there. He's got that spin tuck spuck thing. There was a lot going on there, and he's got a lead of 100,000 points. Knight's going to get a Tetris column 3. Another Tetris for TRISTOP. And TRISTOP cruising right now after that little scare with that T-piece. 427 through 88. Tetris for Knight, 301 through 84. So over 120,000 point lead for TRISTOP, and Knight will misdrop a J piece on that left side. And that shouldn't slow her down too much. She's got 4 rows of garbage over the right side that she's going to probably want to clean up. But no, maybe building for a dirty Tetris. And yes, she's going for it and gets it. So trying to be efficient here and not take too many burns, and really just going to get out of that, I think, with just the 2 burns in the end. Classic Tetris League raid party of 52 viewers. Thank you so much, Classic Tetris League. We've got some Classic Tetris Monthly DAS Masters going here. NGC man already took out ALEXT in the first match of the green bracket. Now we've got Knight and TRISTOP. Knight up 2 games to 1. But TRISTOP leading here in game number 4. $586 for TRISTOP long bar, and he's got a 609, 10 lines to go before level 19. Knight still kind of hanging out with these middle well Tetrises. Just 14 lines to go until 19. We'll see if she's gonna... No, she's gonna keep building for these center well Tetrises. All right, TRISTOP getting spiry in the middle with those O's. Man, I am sneezy today. I don't know what's going on. 656 transition for TRISTOP. A little bit high, though, but gets a long bar over for a Tetris. Sets up for another one and gets it immediately. So 707 TRISTOP on level 20. 516 transition for Knight. Oh, those O-Spires. And TRISTOP trying to work around those square pieces, and will do so and get another Tetris. 740. 170,000 point lead for TRISTOP. All right, he's taken the burns here. He's got a long bar dependency here, which is now a dirty Tetris setup, and gets it. 797 for TRISTOP, 655 for Knight. Now, now about 150,000 point lead. A little dirty Tetris there for Knight as well, 687. Another one for TRISTOP, 835. Another one, TRISTOP, 865 into 24. And we're just 50 lines away from the level 29 DAS kill screen. All right, TRISTOP trying to figure this one out. Gets that long bar to the left. That looked like a quick tap to me. Takes a skim and a Tetris for TRISTOP. Good low board, 936. Tetris for Knight, 809. Pixel Andy said, WTF, bro, teleported. This is our deputy scheduler for CTM, Pixel Andy. Welcome. Max out here for TRISTOP on level 26. All right, Knight takes a skim of a single and a Tetris. 907 TRISTOP with the A36. It's another Tetris, A70. And TRISTOP just 17 lines away from level 29. It's starting to get a little hairy here, and gets another Tetris with the BO6 with the board kind of breaking down. We'll see what he can eke out here. Knight still with 17 lines to go. TRISTOP with the BO7. So Knight needs to somehow chase down a BO7 with a BO8, and could has 3 Tetrises. Tetris is here worth. No, I don't think this is needs to set up for 2 Tetrises here. So Knight would have to set up for 2 Tetrises. Can waste a line doing it, does so, and now just really has to go perfect and maybe even get more. So we'll see. Knight is set up for 2 Tetrises. Now waiting on bars. Where are the bars? And was set up for the Tetrises that she needed. Could not get bars. She needed double long bars to get there. Those were worth 36,000 a piece, 72. That would have actually done it. Yeah, 36 times 2 would have been 72,000. And if she had gotten him, she would have won by about 300 something points. It would have done it, yes. But so did everything she needed to do, just couldn't get the bars. What a crazy finish, but TRISTOP is going to tie it up. Oh, my word. Whew. Almost had 3 set up. Yeah, true. Yeah, I mean, again, you don't see that happen and actually happen. Yeah, I know. True. NGC man moment. All right. We're going to take a moment. Players just need a quick little break. We're going to run an ad real quick. I got some in my ear. You know, do you ever just get paranoid that something's in your ear? I do. I mean, it's probably just sweat from the headphone, but I'm always like, oh my God, something's in there. All right, so we'll wait for Knight to get back, and then we will start our decider. All right, glug, 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 glug. Oh, he's rolling. He's warming up the rolling here on 29. It's probably a good reminder that there is a prize. Oh, wait, prize pool. Holy prize pool. I totally missed it. Scott Gray has contributed $500 to the prize pool. Scott Gray, are you serious? I totally missed it. Scott contributed, maybe it was while I was using the restroom, but Scott has contributed $500 to the prize pool here for DAS Masters. And not only that, Scott Gray did his 25-cent contribution code. What is your excuse? What is your excuse? You're sitting there. There's 190 people watching. There's 12 codes to go. This guy drops $500 into the prize pool. And then also does the 25-cent contribution code. What a goat. All right, if you haven't done your contribution code, go ahead and do it. All right, did I give pieces? All right, let's give pieces. New pieces 1268B4. 1268B4. Thank you so much, Scott. He's like the Atlas carrying the Tetris community on his shoulders. Will we also get a DAS Masters Mega Masters tournament? Well, it really depends. This is a test. We're trying to see if the community will support this, both from a player standpoint and from a, the various ways that you can support the channel. And, we are doubling the amount of Masters level streams we're doing, and that ain't free. All right, both players are ready. They've got the pieces. It is decider time. They are ready. I am ready. We are all ready. Let us go ahead and get it started. TRISTOP and Knight. The winner of this game will move on to round 2 to take on NGC. Man, let's go. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. All right, players getting their initial Tetrises. Knight is, NGC Man is waiting to take on the winner. NGC swept through ALEXT in our first match. And waiting to see who he's going to play. Look at this. Redeeming codes, 25-cent code. Thank you, Edward PO3. Appreciate that one. So just 11 codes left. 11 codes. And it costs you nothing to do it. It's literally just Are you able to just click on a link, click on a button, and click on another button? 161 Knight, 139 TRISTOP. NGC man says, let's make this quick. I'm missing a Lions preseason game. Really? I mean, it's a preseason game. And it's probably isn't it like the first preseason game? Are you really going to learn anything? They're not going to run any starters, right? Maybe for like one series. Yeah, and it's the Lions. You know, Barry Sanders is not walking through that door. 233 for Knight, 232 for TRISTOP. All right, TRISTOP gets that long bar to help clean up this stack, has a Tetris, and gets it. Knight has 4 rows of trash over the right side well. Tetris for TRISTOP, 281. So Knight having to figure this out. Nice square for the right side will help expose the hole on the left side. And she's going to work here on the middle. Okay, just one piece away from uncovering the right side. Knight is thrilled. And a long bar in for a Tetris. And TRISTOP, meanwhile, has not really slowed down. 350 for him, 269 for Knight. Continuing to redeem codes. Keeper Indigo, Alfalfa Field, thank you for redeeming the codes. 9 left. 9 left. Can you imagine? All right, TRISTOP a little bit high here, having to take some skims and having to pole vault these pieces over to get it done, but able to bring it down through a series of burns and wow. He's a little bit worried. He was pretty high. Long bar over for a Tetris. 402 TRISTOP, 341 for Knight. 9 left is not sod, says Barrett. Tetris for Knight, 366. Basically the same line count with TRISTOP ahead by about 60,000 points. Long bar over Tetris, 449 TRISTOP. Knight setting up long bar column 1. Gets a long bar in for a Tetris. I swear, guys, I've sneezed about 7 times during this broadcast. I don't know what it is. These seasons are changing or something. I don't know. All right, codes being redeemed. Look at, I love it. Andressa, thank you very much. 460 for Knight, 520 for TRISTOP. There's a Tetris TRISTOP, 544, 463 for Knight. The codes are happening. That is the most important thing. AV Geek El Peltum, 6 left. We're just about, we're under 10 lines away from the 19 transition. The speed will increase by 50%. Pieces will fall. Right now they're falling 1 row every 3 frames, and they will now be, when you hit 19, 1 row every 2 frames. So a 50% increase in speed. 557 for Knight, 645 for TRISTOP. TRISTOP ahead in lines here. Well, not anymore, but is ahead in score by about 60,000. All right, NGC man defending his lions here. All right, didn't mean to. Calm down. Calm down, buddy. All right, TRISTOP going to take that long bar over there into column 3 to help work this stack back down. 687. Knight with a dirty Tetris and gets it. 643. Trying to make up some of this pace early, so she's not stuck having to set up for 2 at the end. So trying to go for it now with some more aggressive setups. Tetris for TRISTOP, 744. Long bar column 9 setup for Knight. Gets a Tetris, 705. All right, TRISTOP uncovers the well. Takes a single for a skim and a Tetris. Lots of 7s on the board there for TRISTOP. 708 for Knight. Uh-oh. Knight as a high spire gets a long bar over. Now, can she work this down and stay alive? 740 here for Knight, the survival. But the problem is that the board is now a mess, and she's got 70,000 points to try to make up, and only 50 lines to do it. And TRISTOP with a super clean board. Someone says Sharky moment. Yeah, for sure. All right, she's working this down. But, you know, every line she uses to try to downstack here. Oh, no, that left side. I don't know that that's accessible for Das. And, oh, no. What can Knight do? The answer is nothing. And Knight's going to top out 754. And TRISTOP is going to survive. But what a performance here from Knight. And, you know, really looking forward to seeing more from Knight as we have more Das Masters tournaments. I mean, we have at least one more next month, so but what a performance. Taking TRISTOP here to a decider, setting up for 2 toward the end. It could have been a much different match. And, you know, she put herself in the hands of fate in that previous game, but not able to do it here. But what a performance. So GG's to you, Knight. TRISTOP, you'll be moving on to face NGC man. TRISTOP still mullining it out. Got his game face on. TRISTOP is unmoved. He's got a 1.1 and he's like, whatever. Back-to-back 1.1s. Yeah, true. And TRISTOP's like, yeah, whatever. This is standard. All right, let's give him his 3. He deserved it. And give us a moment, and we will play our NGC man versus TRISTOP. Pretty good. Now, if I had my buttons working, this would be great. Do my buttons work? Oh my God, my buttons work. My word. Okay, and then we can put... Oh, yes. Some of the buttons work. They don't all work. But those are the best buttons to work. So players, if you want to take a moment or two, you're welcome to do that. We've got time. I will fix up TRISTOP's cam here. What is TRISTOP? Number 7. Okay. Take a tour of TRISTOP's room here. We've got the what is the pattern on that chair back there? What is that? Oh, it's pandas. Oh, that's fun. We can see ourselves in the mirror. Hello, wave hello to yourself. Great. Looks like he's got these kind of see that air conditioner up top there installed. Looks like central air or something was added to the room, to the house, like after. What else is going on? What is that thing in the corner? What is that? What is that thing? I don't know what that is. Anybody know what that is? What is that? That's not a shadow, that's a thing. What is that? Oh, hi TRISTOP, how's it going? What is that? What is that black thing in the corner of your door, like right next to your door? What is that? Like way back up against the door. What is that? That's a long stick? Why do you have a long stick in your room? All right, we're gonna find out. Look at that. You ask and you are answered. Oh, is it like an oar? Is that an? It's just a stick. Oh, is this for martial arts? All right. Stop it, Saxt. Saxt 82, terrible. How dare you? It's a cool stick you found in the backyard. Shut up. That is martial arts. All right, let's fix your cams and let's get this started. All right. Enough of TRISTOPs. Yeah, it's not internet. It's OBS crashed. And you notice how that happens? Like, I don't know. There's something up, and I might have to go back to a previous version because this is a little iffy. Let me just let me get rid of ALEXT, put TRISTOP. All right, there's TRISTOP. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm not sure why that happened. That's crazy. That's really worrisome. Might have to switch to my other computer, which is kind of stupid. I mean, not today, but all right, let me make sure everything is good that I need. Scores are here. We're streaming. We demand perfect entertainment for our free entertainment. All right, well, I think we are just about good here. I don't know what the heck or why that happened. Player to camera. I do have to fix the camera a little bit. That was just weird, though. Why is it doing that? I don't know. I'm gonna submit my logs. Like, this has happened twice now. And I'm not a person who submits crash logs, but I'm going to do it this time because I need to know what I did wrong. And let's just make sure. Oh, I got to flip cameras here for NGC, man. Sorry, NGC. Oh my God, what the heck? Why won't it? Oh, come on, bro. NGC is pissed. He's like, I'm missing the Lions game for this. It won't. Where is my... I can't flip the camera. Okay, hold on. I have to... Like, it's not... We just got to get through this. This is just weird. Hopefully we can just get through this stream without any problems, but this has happened 2 streams in a row now. I'm pushing the limits of OBS with this professional production. All right, that's good enough. All right, players, here are your... Did I give you pieces? Did I give them pieces? I don't think I gave them pieces. Did I? They seem to have the same pieces. All right, I guess I did. Did I give... Did I? I don't remember doing that, but they seem to have the same pieces. I don't think I did. Let's okay, 1268B4. Was that our previous seed, right? Wasn't it? Can someone help me out here? I don't think I gave them new pieces. Yeah, you didn't. No, there's new pieces here. 006EEF. 006EEF. Are these 00 seeds like busted? I don't know. We'll find out. Oh, and it's not round. I'm afraid to touch anything now. All right, both players are ready. I'm ready. It is round 2. NGC Man and TRISTOP, the winner of this, goes to the semifinals. Let's get them underway in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. You're saying bad, unstable electricity. Yeah, I mean, I've got an uninterruptible power supply with like a battery backup, so it does smooth out the electricity, so it should be okay. We just need 5 more codes. Maxime Dufresne redeeming a code. Alfred, thank you very much. So just 4 more codes to be claimed by the audience here. In fact, I guess I can do one too. So I did one. 3 more to go. 71,000 for NGC Man, 92,000 here in our top 8 matchup between NGC Man and TRISTOP. TRISTOP, you know, a longtime player of classic Tetris Monthly and just in the Tetris scene generally. I think his first CTM was back in 2019 in May, I believe. A long time ago in Tetris years. Neither player with a great-looking board. NGC Man might require a quick tap to get something over. No, that full dash will get it over. Okay, he's fine. I'm like confusing it with like my crappy dash control. TRISTOP has finished second in regular Classic Tetris Monthly multiple times, including 3 times in a 4-month span. Or I'm sorry, I mean 3 times in 2021, February 2021, April 2021, and September 2021. So looking to find, you know, maybe championship here in DAS Masters. He did win a season of Classic Tetris Brawl for all you video game bros fans, and did win a WPL Classic Tetris Open for all you Beast and Shen fans, and a Futures Circuit in 2021. And of course had a great run in CTWC this year, finishing in the top 4 in a momentous run and an amazing matchup against ALEXT. The eventual winner, 253 for TRISTOP, 201 for NGC Man. NGC Man, of course, a well-known DAS player, has won multiple kind of smaller tournaments. But looking for that first big tournament win, I would say. Although the CT DAS real tournament was $480 for the win, so that's pretty good against Pixelandy back in 2022. So I think actually that might be bigger than this one if we get to 750. No, this one would, well, yeah, no, that one would be bigger prize-wise. But clout-wise, oh my God, this one would be huge. Because it's CTM. Oh my God, CTM, so special. 303 here for NGC Man. 370 for TRISTOP. There's a Tetris for TRISTOP. There's another one for NGC 349. 417 for TRISTOP. Former 6 roommate says prize for CTWC was 1,000 up until 2018. Yeah, it was. I think they got 10,000 from Tetris Company, but they really flattened the pay structure, you know? Which makes sense in a live event. Maybe they didn't get 10,000 that year. I'm not sure when they started getting 10,000 a year, but maybe it was the year after 2018. I'm not sure. But CTWC always has a very flat pay structure, which makes sense for a live event because you want to help defray the travel, lodging costs or whatever for as many players as you can. For an online event, it makes more sense to have a less flat pay structure. So I always prefer a top-heavy pay structure to make it kind of, I want to say life-changing money, but something where you go, oh my God, this was worth it. 541 for TRISTOP, 455 for NGC Man, but TRISTOP is in trouble. He's all in on this bar. The bar gets there, and now let's see what he can do to try and work this down. And TRISTOP going to top out at 568, but I don't know that NGC Man's going to be able to do much better. And no, TRISTOP is going to eke out a win here in game number 1. And kind of a gift there given to TRISTOP by NGC Man. It's not even Christmas. Let's go ahead and yeah, it was the same drought. New pieces. All right, let's just check the seeds and get them started if they're the same. And it's 72D470, 72D470. They are the same. And it's game number 2 between NGC Man and TRISTOP. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. So did YouTube come back? Nothing wrong with being flat. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with flat at all. I just think it makes more sense. I mean, you definitely want to have a flat pay structure for an in-person event for sure. And then there's more room to not have that for an online event where there's like zero cost, basically. So nothing wrong with flat pay structure at all. All right, I don't know. All right, YouTube is here. Good. PP Power Party is here too. Well, thank God. Did we get all the codes? I think that is all the codes. Everyone, you've done a great job. We're up to 585.16. So we now just need another $165 or so to reach our prize pool goal of 750. We're slowly ratcheting up the prize pool for this event as we get more confidence in what we're doing. So 750 will be the limit. Once we pass that, we will freeze prize pool contributions. Centerwell Dirty Tetris for NGC Man, and he's going for another one. And this ends up burning a lot of lines here. 128 through 37 for NGC Man, 189 through 41 for TRISTOP. Smacks with the prime sub. El Peltum is wondering why we would freeze it. Well, this is a test kind of tournament. We are trying to figure out what works, what won't work, whether this whole thing is sustainable. And wow, what is not sustainable right now is that left side of NGC's board, and he's kind of all in on this bar, blocks the well before the bar comes. And what can NGC do here? The answer is nothing, and it's another top out for NGC Man, and TRISTOP goes up to 2-0 very quickly. Yeah, one piece too late with that bar. That's going to be very frustrating for NGC Man. Now, take the moment you need. GG, indeed. Take them if you need a moment. Take it. I'll give you your pieces, but feel free to take a moment or practice for a moment. Magic Chase says he must really want to go watch the Lions. PP Power Party with the tier 1 sub. And anyway, yeah, on the prize pool limit, why are we limiting the prize pool in the testing phase of the tournament? And that's because previous DAS tournaments have been beset by controversy. Before we allow thousands of dollars to hinge on what ultimately is going to be some sort of judgment call, we want to try to work out as many kinks as we can in the tournament. So we want it to have some stakes, but not very, very high stakes as we figure everything out. All right, 656-712. Both players are ready. I am ready. TRISTOP up 2-0 here over NGC Man. Let's go 3-2 Tetris. All right, different openers for these two players. Former 6th roommate says it's neat seeing some new or old faces in DAS Masters. They all seem like young faces. You know, you always thought, oh man, maybe some of these old players will come back and really show these, you know, these upstarts what real DAS is all about. And that really has not happened. It's all young people. It turns out that the best players in the world are the best players in the world. Who would have thought? You think 21 is pretty old? Oh my God. You should be banned. NGC Man 99,000. TRISTOP 136. NGC Man trying to get it together. Needs to win 3 in a row to take this off of TRISTOP at this point. Hey everybody, it's your old pal Van Dweller, host of Classic Tetris Monthly, and I'm asking you to do me a favor. If you like this video, hit thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, please subscribe and bang that notification bell. And follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/monthlytetris. Thank you, and have a nice day. 228 here for TRISTOP, 213 for NGC Man. There's another Tetris TRISTOP, 251 through 45. I believe this is one burn so far, and actually very few burns for NGC Man as well. So the game must have pretty good bar timing. There's another Tetris for TRISTOP, 297 through 53. 281 through 54 for NGC Man. You really could just use a pre-recorded outro, right? Would people actually notice the difference? It's about fun, El Peltum. Okay, it's fun. You could just use a pre-recorded one, right? El Peltum, are you sure you wouldn't be happier watching on YouTube? All right. All right, 318 for NGC Man. Tetris over for TRISTOP. 394 for 76. Their paces have chilled out a little bit over the last 20 lines or so. Is the website updated? I'm not sure what you mean by the website. What aspect of the website? I mean, probably not, if you have to ask the question. Yeah, I should probably report these matches. So let's see. The first one, NGC Man versus ALEXT, was a sweep, right? And then TRISTOP and Alice was a decider. And I think TRISTOP won that one. Pretty sure. Tetris for NGC Man, 504, 555 for TRISTOP. Still pretty good paces here for these two players, but yes, they have cooled down from their like one burn pace that they had. All right, little delayed burn there for TRISTOP. It's going to be no problem. Long bar over. Tetris. Imagine not going for the bits. NGC Man with another center channel. And trying to not fall into the same trap he did before. All right, just bringing it down row by row. And we're just 5 lines away from 19 for NGC Man. And this looks like a problem. And he's going to transition up pretty high here. He is bowled out a little bit. So he might be able to act. Okay, I think this is going to be... I hope that left side is scary, though. No, and he's going to top out at 531. And TRISTOP is going to take this one 3-0. And NGC Man cannot believe it. He says, I missed the Lions preseason opener for this. Ay, ay, ay. GG, NGC Man. And TRISTOP just going to go for this one. Oh, my word. So it looks like TRISTOP gonna mullen this one out. Why not go for the back? It's kind of unfortunate when you have like a back-to-back streak going and then you're not able to really get it just because of the games don't go that deep. Hey Smacks, you can, if you're on Discord, you can DM me at Van Dweller. All right, we're gonna watch TRISTOP finish this one out. Here, we'll watch him on his screen here. He's got quite the pace going right now. Thanks, Max. I gotta admit, TRISTOP kind of icy veins, or icy veins, kind of ice in his veins for this thing. I mean, he has been locked in the entire time. I don't know if I did something to make him mad or something like that, but he has just been super locked in this entire time. All right, he's got almost the 1.1. He's one away from the 1.1. And he's just going for it. If you're going to mullen, then, mullen. He's got the 1.1, 16 lines to go. So really, 4 Tetrises available. It's about 200,000 points basically available, right? If he goes perfect, but he's having to take these skims, and that's kind of cooling off this pace a bit. He's got the 1.1 again, and it's kind of unfortunate the early top outs in the other early part of this match because he didn't have a chance to do the back to back 1.1s, but in games that where it made sense, he got it. Oh, he couldn't get the 1.2. He tried to get the 1.2. Okay, yeah, sorry about that, guys. I have no idea. OBS crashed. It's a total mess. I don't know why. I'm going to have to just like reinstall it or revert back to an earlier version, but it keeps crashing. And I don't know why. Congratulations to you, TRISTOP. TRISTOP, were you mad at me or something? Like, you were very locked in. And I interpreted this as being, God, I hate Vandy. I don't know. I took it personally. But I think bro was just locked in, and now he's gonna. All right, don't do some like Star Wars kid stuff in here and like ruin your room. You're very tired. You look locked in. All right, but you're gonna be moving on. GG's to you, and GG's to NGC, man. Tough way to go out, but that is DAS for you for sure. Yeah, don't do like Star Wars kid stuff in here and like destroy your entire room. But GG's to you, TRISTOP. All right, thanks everybody. Our next Masters level event, I will tell you, is when. Let me look at the events calendar. We're going to start putting them on the Twitch schedule, and I'll see if there's a YouTube schedule or something like that we can put stuff on. We have major circuit, so this is the third tier down We have that tomorrow at 2. We have 2 majors, actually. One at 2 p.m. Central, 9:30 Central. Green and orange in the majors. Then we have a DAS Masters Blue and a DAS Masters Red doubleheader on Sunday. So 12:30 Central Time and then 3 p.m. Central Time. At 12:30 Central Time on Sunday, DAS Masters Blue. This is going to be a great one. Dog, Sharky, Longboy, and Fractal. And then that's followed by Elias, Tega, Peak, and DMJ and DAS Masters Red. And then after that is Futures Blue. There's tons on Sunday. So anyway, a double DAS Masters back-to-back for the rest of this. So thanks, everybody, for hanging out. Sorry about the problems with the stream. I don't understand why. It just kept crashing. I have no explanation why it's doing that. But... yeah, it's kind of not fun. I'll tell you that for sure. So let me go ahead and see who is doing something. I think Tetris Wars is doing something. So we'll send you guys to our good friends Tetris Wars. Want to thank everybody who gave out subs, who subscribed themselves, who contributed to the prize pool. Scott Gray, thank you. What a goat. The rest of you who did a few small contributions as well. Not small, but, big to you. And, not as big as Scott Gray, but good. Like Maxime, thank you so much. And thank you all so very much. Let's go ahead and take a look at what Tetris Wars is doing. Oh my God, they've got 8 people on the screen at the same time. What a concept, Tetris. Oh my God. All right, we got late dinner tonight, and I don't know. I got to figure out this OBS stuff. What a mess. All right, bye, everybody.